Here are 3 principles of what makes Candace Parker so successful. The first principle that Candace Parker lives by is whenever she is mad, she attacks the problem head on. To get her to do things, you have to tell her she can't do it. And she said she believed that her family picked up on this because sometimes they would tell her, oh, you can't run around the house 94 times. And she would be like, yes, I can, and start running. She believed that this mindset has helped her accomplish so many things. So when she played for the University of Tennessee, Pat Summitt embarrassed her, dogged her out in front of her teammates, telling her that she doesn't work hard, telling her that she is not living up to what she should be, and really just embarrassing her and yelling at her in front of all her teammates. And instead of letting this embarrassment marinate inside of her, put her down, start crying, deciding to transfer, she decided to let that fuel her. And the next morning, she woke up an hour earlier to go shoot at the gym. That yelling that Pat Summitt did made Candace Parker an even better player. She said she did this another time when she hurt her knee at the University of Tennessee and had to have a total knee reconstruction. And the doctor told her, you will never play again. And she said that she was down on herself. She started crying and she was in a very dark place. And her dad picked her up, took her to the mirror to look at herself and say, are you going to continue to be down on yourself? Or are you going to attack this problem like you always do? You attack challenges. That's what you do. When people tell you can't, you say you can and keep going. And that is what she did. She is now still currently playing. She played so many years after her total knee reconstruction. So what Candace Parker learned is never listen to people saying that you can't. She didn't let challenges get her down. She just allowed the challenges to fuel her and to keep going. So the second principle that Candace Parker lives by is that she believed that girls can do the same thing as guys. And this all started from looking up to her 2 older brothers. And they played basketball. They got yelled at. They were pushed to the max. And she says she wanted that. She wanted that bond with her brothers, with her dad, of just being competitive and challenge each other. She always competed with her brothers and always challenged her brothers. She took out the common thing that holds people back, thinking, oh, I'm a girl, so I can't do that. She took that out of the equation and said, anything my brothers do, I can do too. And this all happened when she dunked for the first time. See, all she was doing was comparing herself to her brothers. She said in 9th grade, her brothers were 5'6", 5'7" when they entered the 9th grade and they can dunk. And when she entered the 9th grade, she was over 6 feet. So she said, I should be dunking. And that is when she worked extra hard. She started to do calf raises, started to do push-ups at every commercial, started to work hard to learn how to dunk. And then eventually she dunked. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And she was more like, why is this crazy? Like, I mean, my brothers were only 5'6", 5'7". Why can't I dunk at over 6 feet? I should be able to. This also translates into the broadcasting field for the NBA. She's a broadcaster for the NBA, and she's up there with a bunch of guys, and she's the only girl. But before her, it was another guy. So she's also changing lanes in broadcasting, also making avenues and paths for women in broadcasting by holding on to that same principle that girls can do the same thing as guys. And Candace Parker learned at a young age, it has nothing to do about girl and guy. It's all about your will, all about your determination to get something done. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. Is how Candace Parker operates when it comes to girls can do the same thing as guys. The third principle that Candace Parker lives by, that is by far my favorite, is that she believes in writing down her feelings and setting goals. She was asked in an interview, how do you overcome so many injuries? And she said that it's really hard, but I write down how I'm feeling at the moment. So she goes on a rant, like her true raw feelings, not what she portrays on the media, not what you see in the camera or what like someone's interviewing her and she has to give her nice answer. No, she goes in. She says who doesn't deserve what, how she feels about the moment, who she's mad at, what she's mad at, why she's mad at it, probably curse and screams, all in that book. And when that's all done, after she rants, then she writes down her goals of how she's going to get back. She write down when she's going to be back. Then she's going to write down what she's going to do, the little things that she's going to do to recover from these injuries. And that is how she uses her feelings and goals to combine together to attack challenges. See, Candace learned that writing down your feelings helps take away that negative energy that's inside you. Once you write it down, it's no longer in you anymore. It's on this piece of paper, and it allows room for her to grow, to bring positivity in, and to also accomplish her goals. She's not stuck thinking on the negative because she already wrote it down. And then she set goals to keep her focused, to know where she is going next. And she has proven to accomplish goal after goal and have overcome so many injuries by just writing down her true feelings and setting goals. Candace Parker, I hope that this video gives you the respect and the flowers that you deserve. And I leave with this: left foot, right foot, then breathe.